Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's write some more Leetcode today. Today we are solving count good triplets. So the problem states that we are given an array of integers r, and there are three integers called a, b, and c, and it's considered a good triplet if I is less than j and j is less than k, and they are all within the range of 0 to the length of array, and if array of I minus array of j is less than or equal to a, if array of j minus array of k is less than or equal to b, and if array of I minus array of k is less than or equal to c. And by the way, it's the absolute of the difference, not necessarily the difference between this and this number. So it's the absolute, so it could go either way. And we want to return a number of good triplets. So if we look at this example, in example 1, there's 4 good triplets. 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, because there's 2 instances of it, 3, 1, 1, and 0, 1, 1. If you find the difference all around, they are all less than or equal to a, b, and c. In example 2, there's no triplets that satisfy all the conditions here. So we return 0. So now that we have seen some examples, let's get to how we can solve this problem. So the most simple way to solve this problem is to check every single point and compare if they satisfy the conditions of being less than or equal to a, less than or equal to b, and less than or equal to c. So then you will need to make a triple nested for loop and check the conditions under the for loops. And since it's a triple nested for loop, this method will have a time complexity of O to the n cubed. And there is a slightly better way to optimize it, so we can go over that way right now. So a slightly more efficient way to solve it is we can avoid looping through the I index. So we only have to loop through these two. And in each of these iterations, we will only proceed if it satisfies the condition B first. And if it does, then we can kind of look at these two line numbers, right? We can have array of k over here and array of j over here. And array of k can add c or minus c because, we're finding the absolute value. And array of j can also minus a or plus a. And we realize that I needs to fall somewhere here or here. Because if it is here, then that means it does not satisfy the absolute value of a. If I fall somewhere here, then it shows that even though it satisfies a, it does not satisfy c, because array of k cannot subtract enough to satisfy I. So we see that I need to solve somewhere between here. So when we solve this problem, we can use 2 pointers. So the left will be the maximum between these two subtractions, and the right will be the minimum between these two additions. And we want to make sure that the left is less than or equal to the right. So that's the intuition behind how we can make it more efficient. And we will use a kind of like a prefix array to keep track of the number of I in the range on the left and the right. And then we can use that to help us increment the result. So let's go over this example real quick. So first, when j is set to 3, we'll loop through all the k's, but obviously there's nothing on I, so there's nothing you can do here, but we need to update the number of integers that satisfy I, so we need to increment everything here by 1. And now when j is 0, we realize that there are 2 cases where it satisfies. So when k is 1 here, and when k is 1 here, and when I is 3, and we realize that the right is 1 plus 3, which is 4. The left is 0 minus 7. So then we will just ignore the left and add what's on the array on the index 4. So they both equal to 1. We add them twice. So the result is 2. And now we come to here where j is 1. We see that there is a case that could be satisfied when k is 1 and I could be 0 or 3. So we see that the right is equal to 2 and the left is less than 0. So we will just add 2. So now the result is 4. And we look here, no, none of these satisfy even the condition of B. So we can just move to the next element. Here we do have a condition that satisfies. So right is greater than 9. So we will just set it to 9. The left is 4. So it will be left minus 1, which is 3. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So we don't need to increment result. And now we have come to the end, so now we can return the result. And the time complexity would be O of n squared plus nm. So the n squared will come from looping through j and k, and the nm will come from having to update this at each time. So n would be the length of this array, and the space complexity would be O of m, because this array can take up to m space. So now let's get to the coding part. So first we can initialize result to 0, and we'll set the largest value to max of array, and the total, which would be the prefix array, will be 0 times the largest plus 1 initially. And for j in range length of array minus 1, And we'll loop through k for k in range j plus 1 to the length of array. And if the absolute value of j minus the absolute value of k is less than or equal to b, then we can set the left and right pointers. So left is array of j minus a, and the array of k minus c, the maximum between the two. And the right would be the minimum of array of j plus a and the array of k plus c. Let me just space it out so it can be easier to read. K plus c. And in case the left and right falls out of bounds, we can reset the bounds. So left would be the max of 0 and left. Right would be the minimum of largest and right. And if left is less than or equal to right, then we can add to the result. So total of right if left is equal to 0. Else we will take the total of the right minus the total of left minus 1, because left would be j or more and minus 1 would be where I is valid. So now we can set the prefix array, or we need to update. So we will iterate from array of j to the length of total and total of k plus 1. And then we can return result, see if it works. Okay, perfect. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comment section, and I hope to see you all again soon.